قال المؤلف رحمه الله في باب من الشرك لبس الحلقة والخيط ونحوهما لرفع البلاء أو دفعه. وقول الله تعالى بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: قل أفرأيتم ما تدعون من دون الله إن أرادني الله بضر هل هن كاشفات ضره أو أرادني برحمة هل هن ممسكات رحمته قل حسبي الله عليه يتوكل المتوكلون. عن عمران بن حسين رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رأى رجلا في يده حلقة من صفر فقال: ما هذه؟ قال: من الواهنة. فقال: انزعها فإنها لا تزيدك إلا وهنا، فإنك لو مت وهي عليك ما أفلحت أبدا. رواه أحمد بسند لا بأس به. وله عن عقبة بن عامر مرفوعا: من تعلق تميمة فلا أتم الله له، ومن تعلق ودعة فلا ودع الله له. وفي رواية: من تعلق تميمة فقد أشرك. ولابن أبي حاتم عن حذيفة رضي الله عنه أنه رأى رجلا في يده خيط من الحمى فقطعه، وتلا قوله تعالى: وما يؤمن أكثرهم بالله إلا وهم مشركون. فيه مسائل: الأولى التغليظ في لبس الحلقة والخيط ونحوهما لمثل ذلك. الثانية أن الصحابي لو مات وهي عليه ما أفلح. فيه شاهد لكلام الصحابة إن الشرك الأصغر أكبر من الكبائر. الثالثة أنه لم يعذر بالجهالة. الرابعة أنها لا تنفع في العاجلة بل تضر لقوله لا تزيدك إلا وهنا. الخامسة الإنكار بالتغليظ على من فعل مثل ذلك. السادسة التصريح بأن من تعلق شيئا وكل إليه. السابعة التصريح بأن من تعلق تميمة فقد أشرك. الثامنة أن تعليق الخيط من الحمى من ذلك. التاسعة تلاوة حذيفة الآية دليل على أن الصحابة يستدلون بالآيات التي في الشرك الأكبر على الأصغر، كما ذكر ابن عباس في آية البقرة. العاشرة أن تعليق الودع من العين من ذلك. 11 الدعاء على من تعلق تميمة أن الله لا يتم له، ومن تعلق ودعة فلا ودع الله له أي تركه. Okay, so the translation. This is the chapter under the heading. It is from among the shirk of wearing basically anything that is placed in like an earring, or anything that is placed like an amulet, or a like a khayt, like what they call it, like a little silken or a little like rope on himself, like a small rope. I don't know what they call that in English, and the likes of it, to bring away harm or to bring away evil. And this is, for example, today's many people are those ignorants that wear or place in their houses this blue eye thing, which they claim that it protects them from hasad. This is a type of shirk. So a person has committed shirk if he does so. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, have you seen those who you invoke besides Allah? If Allah wants me to be harmed, none of these things you invoke other than Allah will be able to prevent the harm of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala affecting me. And if Allah wants me of mercy, none of these who you invoke will try to prevent Allah from giving me mercy. Say, sufficient is Allah for me, and He is the most trustworthy of those who put trust in Him. Imran bin Hussein said that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ saw a man. In his hand there was a brass ring. So there was a ring, halaqah. There was a brass ring. It was made from brass. So the Prophet said, what is this ring? قال من الواهنة. Is it, the man says, is it, the man said, this ring I wear it because I have like a disease in my hand. He has a disease in his hand, so this is why he wears it. So the Prophet Muhammad said, remove it, take it off. It will not increase you except more pain. This thing that he's wearing, more pain. And if you died upon this while you're wearing this ring, or having this belief that this ring will help you or prevent the sickness in your hand, you will never succeed at all. This is narrated by Ahmad in a correct isnad, in an isnad that has no problem in it. There is no harm in using this, isn't it? Uqba bin Amir narrated a hadith that is marfu' that whoever wears or places or hangs a tamima is those things that, the amulets that they believe that it protects a person or this, Allah will never fulfill his need. And whoever wears a wad'a, whoever wears like something like similar to an amulet or something that is something that will what do you call it, something that will move away the harm from him, Allah will never Allah will put him into his own trust, to the trust of the thing that he places, he will put him in the trust of that amulet that he wears or that thing that he wears. In another narration, whoever wears a tamima, an amulet, he has committed shirk. There is a narration by Ibn Hatim that narrated Hudayfa, that Hudayfa saw a man, and in his hand there was this type of silk rope, or what do you call it, like these little very small ropes, more like khayt, what do they call it? Those things that what do you call, you use to make clothes with, right? Something like that. So he was placing in his hand, and he claimed that this helps him remove fever, humma. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ cut it from him, and Hudayfa cut it from that man. He cut that rope from him, and he said the following verse where Allah says, and a lot of them believe in Allah while they are committing shirk or committing an act of disbelief. This has masail. We learn from this that the first one is that he used harshness, that there is harshness on whoever wears these types of rings or these things that protect, or amulets and likes of it. So they use harshness. The Prophet used harshness. Sahaba used harshness. So harshness is permissible to be used at times. The second thing is that this Sahabi, the Prophet says, if you die upon this, then you will not succeed, because he is wearing this. So this is a witness of the Sahaba saying that the shirk, the small shirk, is worse than the major sins themselves. This is the small shirk. Minor shirk is worse than the major shirk themselves. The third one is that they were not, these Sahaba and these people who were wearing these things were not, there was no excuse for them of being ignorant about it. Al-Rabi'ah, that it does not benefit a person or heal him, rather it harms him, as the Prophet Muhammad said, لا تزيدك إلا وهنا, it will only increase you in more pain and more harm. Al-Khamisa, the fifth one, is al-inkar bit-taghlid, that they used, the Sahaba and the Prophet used inkar, he used to forbid the evil using harshness for whoever does something like this. السادس, the sixth one, is التصريح بأن من تعلق شيئا وكل إليه, that whoever wears something, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will leave him, he will make him go and trust that thing that he wears, so Allah won't help him anymore. And the seventh point is التصريح بأن من تعلق تميمة فقد أشرك, whoever wears a tamima or the amulet, he has committed shirk. And wearing these types of khayt, these types of silk or silk ropes or something like that to prevent from huma, is the same as that. Whoever wears something like this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will leave his trust. He will not trust, he will make him trust this rope that he's wearing to see if it benefits him, but it won't benefit him. And it will not, and it's also part of shirk. When Hudayfa read the verse وَمَا يُؤْمِنُ أَكْثَرُهُمْ بِاللَّهِ إِلَّا وَهُمْ مُشْرِكُونَ, it is a proof that sometimes using the ayat of major shirk, using these verses in the Quranic verses of major shirk, can be applied to minor shirk at times, depending on the thing. For example, when we previously mentioned in the video about Prophet Adam committing shirk, and that Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab used a certain hadith to show that sometimes and he used certain things to show the major shirk, but he meant by that is minor shirk. So it's permissible to use verses and dalils sometimes that are for major shirk to explain a minor shirk, and of course this is in context. And al-ashira, the 10th one, is whoever wears these amulets, or these eyes or these blue amulets or something like that, is also from among shirk, and it will not help a person, and Allah will not fulfill his need, nor will Allah continue to help him. He will make him trust this thing that he wears, and this thing that he wears will never help him, because it cannot help. The 11th one is الدعاء على من تعلق تميمة. It is to supplicate, um, you know, to supplicate against the one who wears something. So it's permissible for a person, if you see someone hanging something, an amulet, or wearing an amulet, it is permissible to make dua against him and say, may Allah not fulfill your need, nor will Allah and may Allah not make you trust, and Allah never make and may Allah never help you if you continue to trust this thing that you're wearing. So meaning that you must leave it.